You had a really good thing going. I win a belt, you take it. I win a belt, you take it. Now you wanted some smoke, so I'm going to show you why you should wait till I've relinquished it, because now you're up against me and I'll show you it's different.
Lawrence, you're back in the UK. How are preparations going and how are you preparing for someone you know so well?
Preparation's going well. How am I preparing? Same as always, you know, just pushing myself, getting in some good, strong guys, good work ethic in the camp, not just from myself, but everyone that's coming along. So, yeah, it's going well.
We've seen you mention when you saw Chris Billam-Smith at the presser, his wedding ring, didn't get the invite. Does that really burn you?
I don't know about burn me, but it just makes it a bit more realistic what it is, do you know what I mean? He would have gone to bed every day for the last 7 weeks, saying to himself he's gonna beat me and pretty much ruin my boxing life. So, you know, I can't really be friendly with that, do you know what I mean? And I'm sure he feels the same about me.
You said you're getting your information from inside the camp still. Obviously, it's a camp that knows you really well. Is there a mole in the camp for you?
No.
You've got a glint in your eye there.
Do I? Fair enough.
All right, we'll leave that one there. He's also said nobody knows what happens when you get caught. It's something you've talked about off camera. What's your response to that?
I mean, it's interesting when you think about it. Chris says that no one knows me better than him and Shane and whatever else. And we've done 300+ rounds, but still no one knows what happens when I get hit. So it makes me ask the question, what happened in those 300 good rounds that we had? But hey, you know, we've got 12 more to see if they can get it off or not.
What are you going to do when you step through those ropes on fight night?
I'm going to go to my corner, drink a little bit of water, bounce around a bit, see what the canvas feels like. The ref's going to come check for my groin guard and my gum shield. There's going to be announcements both ways. He's definitely going to be first. They're going to roar. I'm going to go either booze or not really much. Maybe I hear a couple claps from my close friends and family, and then the ref is going to separate us, and then he's going to say, box, and then we're going to start round one.
What are you going to do specifically to Chris Billam-Smith when you fight?
I'm aiming to make it look very easy. Of course, you know, Chris is known for all action style and really hard fights. But I'd like to show, you know, the difference in level and also physicality, you know. Boxing at range, I think if they do attempt that initially, they'll revert back to what pretty much everyone does and just tight guard and try and jab, dip and, you know, slip and get on my chest and, you know, hope to scream, you know, he's holding or whatever else as opposed to working. So, you know, I'm preparing myself for that physically as well. Because when we do get on the inside, I want to be able to just, you know, put him in certain positions and get good shots off and break him down over the rounds.
You hoping to knock him out in front of a full house?
Yeah, of course, it would be nice. You know, I don't wish him any ill will afterwards, but just for that moment, it would be nice.
How do you put aside the fact that you know each other so well when you're trying to get into fight mode?
I think it's quite easy because the guy's going to be throwing punches at me, trying to knock me out. So I think I'll forget that we're friends. If I had a fight with my best friends, you know, and they threw punches at me, I would forget that we're friends and figure out how to end the fight quickly. So it's the same thing.
Shane obviously knows you really well. Does it come across your mind? Is it something you think about what he'll try and conjure up as a game plan? Does that come across your mind?
Not really. It's pretty simple boxing and, you know, there's not nothing elaborate. Do you know what I'm saying? Of course, you know, sometimes you overcomplicate it. I'm 6'5", great reach, great athleticism. Man, Matt, I could reach you from there. Come here. Do you know what I'm saying? Chris is 6'3", maybe 6'4". You know, good physical strength, good punch combinations. And you know, you have to realise that at range, obviously, I'm going to be able to get off a lot more work, and at mid-range and close range, he should be able to get more work off. Do you know what I'm saying? So the tactics are going to be, you'd expect to be pretty simple, which is push forwards, you know, try and avoid the hard shots on the way in, and steal what you can, you know, steal a little bit of space. Well, yeah, so it's pretty, I can't see it being nothing elaborate, like, okay, pretend to fall down and jump, like, it's gonna be pretty simple, press, be fit, when you get on the inside, go to work. It's simple stuff, like, it's simple, that boxing is not that, do you know what I mean, complex. Of course, there's little intricacies, but in terms of a game plan, nah, man. Honestly speaking, I've like been in the gym for years, and you know, if you were, anyway, like I said, I've been gone for a year, so I have to remind them, and they're gonna have to try and remind me what it's really like.
It's also what makes it intriguing is two top trainers going at it. I want to ask you a cheeky question: who's the better trainer, Sugar or Shane?
They're both good at different things. I think Shane's very good with letting people sink in shots. Shane's a good coach. Sugar's very good at nuances and like controlling and putting people in positions to do what you need to do. So it's two different styles. They're both really, really good coaches. So I'll let you know after the fight. Obviously, if I stop Chris, then we know the answer, in my opinion. But I think it's unfair to kind of compare two great coaches, really.
Why will you win then?
Based on myself, quite simply. You know, I've won 19 fights with 3 or 4 different trainers. Trained in Dubai, trained in London, trained in America, and every time I've won. So I think it is a lot to do with myself. Obviously, Sugar's been helping massively with, as I said, positioning and stuff like that. But this fight is going to be one based on myself, my temperament, my punch selection, my composure, my physical strength and athleticism. What else is going to win me this fight? Yeah, my experience as well, because actually I'm realizing now I'm actually quite experienced. I've had, you know, I can't remember how many headline fights, how many under AJ undercards, chief support, 3 title defenses, won a British, Commonwealth, European, world title, defended it, been an Olympian, been a European gold medalist as an amateur. So, you know, I've really been conditioned for, you know, fighting.
You mentioned all the titles that you've won as you've come up through your career, and do you feel that Chris Billam-Smith sort of like coming in your wake a bit in terms of like what you've won and what he's been winning? And is this the time where you have to put a stop to that? Yeah,
I mean, he had a really good thing going, you know. You know, if we really look at the history, obviously, you know, most people won't care, but I look at the history of the cruiserweights, and you know, when I turned pro, I said, yo, I'm coming for smoke and I'm gonna do this and do that. Within a year of turning professional from being an Olympian, which the year before, I was just in Hackney. So I managed to get to Olympics from November to July. So it was about, I don't know how many months, 9 months. Then I'm an Olympian, I turned pro. Within a year of that, I'm headlining against Isaac. When these cruiserweights didn't want to box each other. All these guys were already pro at the time, you know. Then I boxed Luke Watkins, who was maybe 15-0, undefeated Commonwealth champion. I stopped him winning Commonwealth. I boxed Matty Askin, who was a top 10 Ring magazine guy at the time, and I've been pro for a year and a half. I win that. Then, why am I saying all of this stuff? Oh yeah, I'm telling you why. Yeah, so I then carry on, box club, then I get an undefeated European champion. So this is me going and taking belts from champions, like an undefeated guy who had more knockouts than I had fights in Ease Garbu. Beat him. Carry on. I box a former 2-time world champion in Krzysztof Glowaczki, dominate that fight, win it easy, and then go on and have my defenses. So I've kind of been the biggest motivation to a lot of cruiserweights in Britain, no matter what they say, because now they all got, you know, big boys, and they're all big boys now. But when we were all coming up, no one wanted to fight each other, no one wanted to fight these champions. But then I win, and I say, I want bigger and better. So I let these belts go, and we've had our chats, you know, me and Chris, me and whatever, and they go and collect against lesser fighters. So when I'm winning these belts, it's different from when they're winning. But, you know, I go back to say, you had a really good thing going. I win a belt, you take it, I win a belt, you take it. And it wouldn't have been long, you know, I'd have been up at heavyweight, but you decided that, you know, you wanted some smoke, so I'm gonna show you why you should wait till I've relinquished it, because now you're up against me, and I'll show you it's different.
Even better news as well, there's been an increased capacity, so there'll be 15,000 people in the stadium. What can the fans expect to see from the whole experience?
That's up to the boxer, do you know what I mean, for the whole experience. In terms of the fight, I'm expecting it to be exciting and bursts, and other bursts just complete control on my end. Yeah, that's it. I think it's going to, obviously, if there's going to be a lot more Bournemouth support there. So as much as, you know, I want you guys to come out and support, I can't tell you that it's going to be a good night for Bournemouth, really. So, but come out and enjoy it. There's the show. There's some other good fights on, and, you know, wish Chris the best, and we'll see what happens.